The third demarcated brandy region in France is Armagnac. There are three basic districts in Armagnac. Baz-Armagnac, which produces about 57% of all the Armagnac made. Tenareze-Armagnac, which is this, which that region constitutes about 40% of all the Armagnac made. And then there's Haute Armagnac, which is basically immaterial. Only about 3% of Armagnac is made there. What's nice about Tenareze-Armagnac is it is very, very long-lived. This is an hors d'âge. This from Busca-Maniban, it has brandies in here that are anywhere from 25 up to 60 years old. So this is a very, very old spirit. But even though it's old, the thing that I love about it is that there's a lot of vivacity to it. There's a lot of youthfulness to it. There's a lot of giddy-up in it yet, even though it's very, very old. And that shows me that, boy, that master cellarman was really paying attention to those barrels. They were watching them and they were thinking, okay, let's just give it another 6 months. Let's give it another 6 months. I don't think it's quite ready yet. Let's give it another 6 months. And then they pulled them out, blended them together, and this is the result. Absolutely masterful, masterful distillation and maturation. Joe?
I'm just curious. It has, to me, an incredible mouthfeel also. It has this wonderful, rich viscosity. Yeah. Is that the age, or is it the Tenareze region, or is it how they make it, or is it a combination? What do you attribute it to?
Joe's question is, if you didn't hear, there's a real viscosity, there's a real mouthfeel to this. Tenareze, I love Tenareze because it gives length of time, it has tremendous longevity, but it also has tremendous body. And I love that aspect of Tenareze. So it's really the region. Baz-Armagnac are a little bit lighter, a little bit more fruity. These are very, very deep, heavily concentrated spirits.
Cognac, you have your Grand Champagne, and it kind of goes in concentric circles.
Yep.
Out from the inside, and so anything that's not Grand Champagne is considered to be, in general, slightly less. But where with Armagnac, it's not that. It's more of a ribbon, and each region is its own. And a lot of people seem to think that Baz is the center, and anything that's not that is getting further away, but that's not actually the case with Armagnac.
You're absolutely right. Because there's a lot of misconception about, I can't tell you how many times Sue and I are asked, is Armagnac a type of cognac? And they're not, completely different. Same grape types, but a completely different region, completely different philosophy of distillation, completely different philosophy of maturation. With cognac, very quickly, think of a bullseye, and the bullseye in cognac is Grand Champagne. Around that is Petit Champagne, the second, basically the second cru. Above that is a little liver-shaped region called the Borderies, which my other partner, Doug Frost, and I are particular fanatics about. And then around that is Fanbois. Then around Fanbois is Bonbois. Then around that, and my arms can't even reach, is Bois de Terroir. And as you fan out, you get less and less quality. The grapes become more and more wine grapes and not brandy grapes. With brandy grapes, you want high acidity. And the acidity in Grand Champagne, Borderies, and Petit Champagne is off the charts, and that's why they're the best. In Armagnac, which is to the south and east of Cognac by about 100 miles, in the department of Gascony, the regions are a little bit, they're not quite as tight. It's not a bullseye. Baz-Armagnac is one area which is quite large. Tenareze is a little bit below it, and then Haute Armagnac is a little bit below that. They're roughly equal in size, but they are not equal in quality, as we know from this. Tenareze is big, really long-lived, viscous, as Joe was saying. Baz-Armagnacs are more elegant, easier, a little bit more pleasing on a broader basis for an audience.